Alex Pereira isn't backing down from Tom Aspinall's recent critique. And honestly, it's sparking a fascinating debate in the MMA world. Aspinall, a respected heavyweight, recently claimed on TNT Sports with watch at youtube.com/watchplease that Pereira was handed easier fights until his high-stakes clash with Magomed Ankalaev earlier this year. But Powhatan has a fiery rebuttal that's worth unpacking. Let's break it down. Aspinall's argument hinges on the idea that Pereira's style, a pure kickboxing background with limited grappling, made him vulnerable to certain opponents. Specifically, he pointed to Ankalaev's takedown threat, suggesting that even if the Russian didn't aggressively pursue them, the mere possibility would disrupt Pereira's rhythm. But here's where it gets controversial. Pereira doesn't just disagree, he calls the whole premise nonsensical. Why? Because his MMA journey started from scratch. To put this in context, Pereira, a two-time Glory champion, moved to Danbury, Connecticut in 2020 to train with Glover Teixeira ahead of a fight with Thiago Santos. In return, Teixeira helped him build a grappling foundation, something critical for MMA, but entirely foreign to Pereira at the time. Fast forward, his first MMA fight in over 4 years was a brutal knockout of Thomas Powell in the LFA. A performance so electrifying it earned him a UFC contract. From there, he skyrocketed, dethroning Israel Adesanya at middleweight, then dominating light heavyweights like Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Rountree before his title defense against Ankalaev. Now here's the twist. When Pereira faced Ankalaev in March, the Russian's 12 failed takedown attempts seemed to validate Aspinall's concern. But Pereira's response is sharp. On UFC 320 Media Day, he argued, "We're talking about the biggest organization in the world. I came from kickboxing with no grappling experience and minimal MMA training. If you put the worst eye in the UFC against me, I'd be at a disadvantage." His point? MMA is a beastly ecosystem where even the most unfavorable matchups are inherently risky for a newcomer. And this is the part most people miss. Pereira's success isn't just about raw power. It's about adapting a kickboxing mindset to a sport that demands versatility. While Aspinall might see Ankalaev's takedown threat as a clear weakness, Pereira sees it as a challenge that any pure striker would face in the UFC. The question is, should that matter? Is it fair to critique a fighter's schedule based on their skill set before they even enter the octagon? What do you think? Does Pereira's explanation hold water, or does Aspinall have a valid point about strategic matchmaking? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're curious to hear your take on this fiery exchange.